not too late to be heard. So tell me what I need to know. Tell me what I need to know. And stop this charade.
Like a light, lighting up in the dark. You make it right, I forgot how to act. It's so classic. Every time you make me nervous and I lose my words. It's been a while since I forgot the most simple words. I feel calm when you're around, like nothing can break me. Now I know why it never worked out before. High low, it would always turn out bad, so bad. But every time we start a fight, we always stop in time. We both know how to be gentle, never cross the line. I feel calm when you're around, like nothing can break me. Sometimes, but I know we're safe. Two peas in a pod, a roller coaster to walk out the door. We could be in control, but we just keep on putting on a show. And baby, I don't mind it. Let them talk, they don't get it. That we are two peas in a pod.
Welcome everybody, welcome to another episode of Tech Condo. My name is Petra. Really great of you to be here with your smiling faces. It is, of course, the second live stream of the year 2022, and so welcome everybody. We have I think quite an interesting video for you lined up for today, and it's all about ProPresenter and how you can use it for your graphics in a stream. I'm going to talk to you about why that is so important. It might not be so obvious, but before I do that, let's go ahead and check out what we're going to talk about today. Obviously, we are going to talk about how to use ProPresenter for graphics, but how are we going to do that? First and foremost, we do have, of course, some contents to talk to you about. First and foremost, like we always do, I really would like to know where you are coming from, to say hi to you, to learn from you, and to know what brought you here at Tech Condo. Also, I want to just briefly touch upon my use case, even though I have been talking about it last year. I think it's good to very briefly just talk about that to make sure that we're all in the same mindset, especially for ProPresenter. That is important. Then we're going to set up a easy project. I'm not going to make it a very difficult project. In time, you will see it will become more and more of a project that will be complex, but I do strongly think that it's good to start with the basics and move from there to make it awesome. The use case will touch upon what I really want at the very end, and of course we're going to do that together with a demo to show you what it looks like. But before I do that, I also want to make sure that you understand the way that we work here. You can ask questions throughout the whole show or after the show. During the show, I really appreciate to have a queue in front of the question, just to make sure that I pick on it and know that it's there, so that I can incorporate that in my in my content. I will try to make the content as concise as possible for you guys that are watching at a later stage. So that is one thing that I want to tell you at least. And yeah, maybe also interesting to know how you can support the show. Like this video, just hit there the like button, or twice the dislike button if that is what you like. That is also fine with me. Subscribe to this channel. Really appreciate it. I love to see that this community of producers is going to explode a little bit more than it did last year. And of course, you can always support me via Super Chat. Super Chats is a way to bring in some money so that I can even produce more throughout the year. Of course, it's all optional, but one thing that I really appreciate above all of the above is be active. Make sure that you're part of the discussion. Tell me what you think. Also, tell me if you don't agree, but also if you don't agree, tell me why, so that we have a good discussion about it. So that is the way that we are structured over here. So let's talk about, let's go ahead and go into the check-in. And I already saw at the very early time that MT was in the house. Welcome. Really appreciate you to be here. Also want to shout out to MT, who is also a moderator in this community, which is really cool that he does that. My dad is also in the house doing a spell checking in German, but my German, the German of my dad is way better than that. He doesn't need a spelling checker at all. MT asked me, well, how was my week? It was actually very good. Very briefly, what was cool about it? I've chosen the cat, so I know which cat will be mine in about 1.5 months from now. His name will be Scooter. And Scooter will live over here together with Kermit, so we'll have 2 little critters coming around, which is really cool. That was one thing. The second thing is that at work it was really cool as well to see some friends, even though it was all virtual. And I had some good news from work about myself, so that it was really cool to hear. So there's a lot of new stuff coming my way, which I'm really excited about. Then I asked, of course, to MT what was his week like, and he was talking about that in this big company that they had a virtual event, about 1,800 people normally, but now during the circumstances, about 7,000 people were watching, which is really awesome. 5 cameras, 2 video walls, and etc. etc. It's amazing how cool that is. All right, let me make sure that I have not put it into the queue, because I sometimes do that. Okay, cool. Let's clear that and go back. Then let me see what I have now. I did see other people coming in as well. Bill, all the way from Chicago. Welcome, Bill. Gerhard, of course, from Germany. Welcome, welcome. And also Ilan Ben Shabbat from Israel. Shalom from Israel. Cool to see you here. I hope that you are well over there in Israel as well. Harold is also in the house. He says, hi, Petra. Hi, all. Cool of you to be here, Harold. And he has good vibes. Cool. Very, very cool. On TV channel is also in the house. Good evening, Petra. Looking forward to the show. Best as always, John. Excellent. Thank you so much. DJ Ware is in the house. A lot of people are in the house today. Go West Technologies. Namaste. Back to you, Go West Technologies. I know what it means. I will probably not say it correctly, but at least I did the gesture correctly, right? Kevin is in the house. Great to see you again. Really appreciate you guys for being here. Raoul in the house as well. There you go. There's Raoul. And oh yay. No, I don't know what that is. I'm not gonna even bother about that. And thank you so much, Gerard, for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Actually, all the super chats that I receive throughout this year will be put in a separate bank account-ish thingy. It's labeled, let me call it like that. And with that, it will be I will be purchasing something that will bring value to the TechCon community, maybe some gear or something, so that you get more out of it. So that's what I'm planning to do with all those super chats throughout the year. At least I will not be purchasing anything anytime soon with that money. I will try to get as much as I can first. All right, that was it. Let's go ahead. Let's talk about the content of today. Sorry. Ooh. That was a little bit awkward. Okay. All right. So let's talk about the content of today. Before I do that, ProPresenter. ProPresenter, of course, is a application that is mostly used throughout churches, but also other possibilities, like, for example, theaters, conferences, etc. And the reason why they do that is that it's really good at, well, presenting stuff, right? ProPresenter. That's what what the name is also suggesting. Obviously, with vMix, you can do almost everything that ProPresenter does. However, I really needed to get a license due to a few things that are very specific to my use cases. So I just wanted to highlight them one more time, just to make sure that you understand that I'm not saying that vMix cannot do it. It's just a matter of a different use case. So for me, ProPresenter is really aimed towards streaming to not only a Teams or Skype or Zoom or maybe Facebook or YouTube. No, not only those, but also streaming directly to monitors or TV monitors in the venue itself. What is the problem with vMix and all of the software switchers is that there's so much delay that it becomes a little bit awkward for people that are actually watching that video. In order to remove that delay, the ATEM is a really good way of making sure that that doesn't happen, because there's about none delay. It's not really noticeable. And that is the reason why that I like the ATEM so much. However, it does come at a cost that it does not have a graphic it doesn't do graphics well, so to speak. So in order to make that well, you need to have some kind of graphic engine. And that's where ProPresenter comes into play for me. That's one. So adding videos towards an ATEM. That's one. The second thing that I really like about it is that the video that I'm clicking can have two different outcomes. One outcome can be full screen with, for example, lyrics, full screen in the center of the monitor in the venue, while at the same time, with the same mouse press, it will show it as a lower third on a social media platform. That is also so amazingly strong. That is one reason. The next reason is that if you have a very big event like the one that MT was talking about in the pre-show, then you want to have multiple people that are assigned to small portions of the production to make it really, really good. Typically, I do both of them. I sometimes I have a big event where I will work together with like 5 or 6 or maybe even 8 or 10 people, and other times I have to do everything by myself. With the thing about everything by yourself and not having an additional cameraman, I really highly would recommend to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon, because there will be a very cool video about that really, really soon, so that you don't need a separate cameraman, but still have the possibility to have a very nice, slick, dynamic video. Just so that is a quick shout out for that's coming. But moving back, and if you have a big show, then of course you want to have small pieces. I will now check if there are any questions, because this is the use case so that you understand it, and then I will go into the video into the application to show a little bit around what everything is. And it is very low level for you at the moment. We're going to start with an introduction, and we're going to make it more and more throughout the year. That's right. This is going to be a repetitive video the coming months. Not every week, absolutely not, but maybe once a month or something like that. All right, let's talk about it. Let me check if there are any questions or any remarks that are important, and then we can start. It's all about preparation, definitely, MT. That's totally 100% correct. All right, so without further ado, let's dive into it right now. So a bit of a backstory. As you know, maybe, and last week I have been working with the creation of the new Stream Deck and the possibility to utilize the companion software, and that's the reason why I can actually show you everything today remotely. This is on the demo desk. The demo desk is right there, but at least I can stay around here and do everything right here from this desk. So I have the full production still available, but know that I can switch everything that you see right there. I can switch between the cameras. Oh, let me go to, you can switch between the cameras on the ATEM, and I can also, of course, show you that as well, the multi-view, and I can also stop and show the screen in front of you as well. All right, so that's the reason why you will see me still sitting here on this desk, but still working on that system as well. Again, if you have any questions, please write a queue. I will be paying attention to you. And of course, I will be trying to answer the questions to the best of my knowledge. And also be aware that this is, again, an introductory video and definitely not a full-on in-depth ProPresenter, because that will... I'm hoping to have multiple of these live shows so that you know exactly what you need to do. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and go to the screen. And this is the screen that you will be greeted with. As you can see, there are a few tiles that you see in front of you. Above, you'll see the menu. on the top left. Then you'll see here the library and playlists. Here you'll see items, and below you'll see all kinds of filters. In the center, this is your working area. This is where all the content is located. And this is also where you can change the structure a little bit. And we'll talk about that very soon. And on the right-hand side, this is what you're broadcasting. This is literally what you're broadcasting to either the audience screen or the stage screen. The stage screen is really meant for the production crew. It will contain all kinds of timings and what is next information. And of course, we will have a video on this topic as well, because this becomes very handy for your ATEM production. But the audience screen can be multiple screens. Now, at this moment, it's just one screen that is going towards the ATEM, but it can also be one screen that goes to the ATEM and a second screen that goes to the screens that are locally at the venue. All right, so this is just some sample content that it has. So let me show you what it looks like. So if I, for example, take this one right here, it will automatically pop up Petra Verbruggen. And because you're also watching the overlays immediately, and I've done that by this route. So on the left hand side, on the right hand side, you see that camera 3 and camera 4 are displaying the graphic that I'm making in camera 2. So that's the reason why it's overlaid. But if I press on this one, you'll see that the overlay is fully there, and I can actually even remove the foreground and only show you the video itself. So that is really cool that that's all possible with just one click of a button. And this is literally done without the need of switching to there. I hope that you understand that. So I have not switched to my graphics. It popped up automatically without any work on my end. So I'm going back to the multi-view. You will see that not only camera 2 is active with a red bar, also camera 3 and camera 4 are active. So that's all in one go. And if I click on that video again, you'll see that the camera 4 shows the video in total. Camera 3 is totally white. The white is really alpha channel information, and this is where you can see that there's no change. If I would remove this and just show my name, you'll see that it's both Petra Verbruggen. But if I would have something with a alpha channel in there, you'll see a difference in camera 3 and camera 4, where camera 4 shows the real thing, but camera 3 provides the information that it needs to allow for a alpha channel or a bit of a transparent backdrop, as you can see. So you can really see that there is a bit of a transparent backdrop after this song text right there. So that is the way that it is working. And let's go back to the multi-view so that you can see that that's all done via this screen right here. If I press this X right here, boom, it's gone, like so. So that is how easy I can fix that. Let's go back to full screen, to the ProPresenter. And what I will do now is that I will go to the top left position and I will start to create a library. Now a library, let's go back to this screen so that I can see you. A library is really meant to hold the content, the real content that you're either creating within ProPresenter or alternatively pushing into or downloading into the ProPresenter, or a combination of the two, where you have a backdrop, for example, and you want to write some text on top of it. That's also possible. Now, that is what a library is. That's on the top left position here in the screen. Playlists is actually the one that we're going to do at the very end, because this is actually the list that you can follow throughout your show. So that is what this one right here does, the playlist right there. And then here are the items, and these are, well, basically drawers or file cabinets with information that are useful for whatever you are doing. So that is what we're gonna do, and I will start to create a library. So let's click on it on the right. So sorry, click on the plus sign right here after behind library, and that will state new library, new presentation, new playlist, etc., etc. We're going to start with a new library because I want to make sure that I have my own. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I want to have a new library. There you go. A new library, and we're going to call it, let's call it TechCondo Demo. So now you see that I've created TechCondo Demo. There's nothing in there. This is just fully empty. There's nothing there. It's just a placeholder to make sure that you have a very good setup. Now we want to create items. Again, items are the objects that we are actually going to present. But we want to present it in a way that it's structured. So let's say we want to start with a sub paragraph or chapter, which is all about the show itself, right? And maybe you also want to create a separate one for your lower third. So if you have a lot of guests, you want to be able to show the lower third below, right? So let's start with that one. Just for the sake of it, let's start with the lower thirds. I think that I only have one, but it doesn't matter for the feeling. So let's go back and let's show you what it looks like. So I will create a new item, and I'm going to say new presentation. So new presentation. If I would like, I can select a theme here. There are multiple themes that are built into the system, and you can actually purchase more. But I like it to be full control, so I'll just keep it empty so that I can determine what I want to do. The file name is actually the name of the presentation, and I think that we just mentioned that we want to talk about people, right? So let's talk about so there's the main course, or the let's just call it people. So people, there you go. It's in TechCondo library, and it has HD format right here. So I say new, boom, that's it. So we just created an item. It's called people right here. And as you can see, it's a totally empty presentation. If I click on it, it wants to put something on screen, but there's nothing to put on screen at all. So that's a bit of a bummer, right? All right, so let's remove it. And then we can actually add, if you would like, a name. So I have here my host, lower third. I'm just going to put it right here. Just boom, like this. There you go. Boom. Done. If I click on this, it's not going to work. Why is that now? Okay. That's interesting. I thought that I tested everything, but clearly I didn't. Well, this is a movie, right? I cannot play movies on Windows, of course. Jeez. Okay, let's do it differently then. Let's just say delete. Let's do it a little bit differently because I know that there's another way. So I'm just going to open this one up, and I'm going to hit edit on top of there. Click on it. And here you can see that there's already text here. I don't want that text. I don't care about that text. So removing it. Adding media right here. So I'm clicking media, and once I do that, I'm just going to hit and check out the host, say open, and I'm expecting that it will write over. There you go. There it is. So now it's working. Okay, perfect. So that is now done. So here you go. I now have, as soon as I click this, there you go. Here you've got my lower third right there. So one click away. one click away. That's all it took. And once it's done, it will automatically go away. I'm not doing anything at the moment. There you go. So I am going to remove this one again. And again, and of course, let's make another one just for the sake of it. We'll have the same name because I only have one lower third at the moment. But let's do another one. Can I just duplicate this one? I'm just going to add one here. Add. Oh, maybe like so. There you go. All right. So now I've added it. And I'm going to, now, of course, you can then add it again, like so. Remove this one. Get another one, and then you have a second. But let's make this one a little bit different so that you can see that it's actually different. So I'm adding some text here in the center just so that you can see that there's a difference between the two. So now we have two of these. This one right here, which is going to provide that name. And another one, if I press this one, the other one will go, and I didn't say hit save. Oh my gosh. Perfect. But you can see how easy it is, right? It's just a click away, and that's that. And I need to really, I want to make sure that this is better. Maybe I should just say something here like this is the second version. So I'm just going to move that one right there, just for the sake of it, that you can see that it's different. So now if I go here, you only see my name. If I go to the other one, oh, sorry for that. If I go to the other one, you'll see this is the second version. As easy as that. So here you can have a multitude of different names, and you can actually also rename it. So if I would like to say this is Petra or something, I can actually edit the label and say I want it to be called Petra. And now every time I look at it, I can see here that it's Petra. So it makes it way easier to find out which one is the one that I really want. Maybe I also want to change the color. That's also possible if I would like that. There's so much I can do right here. So that is the people part. Let me remove this one quickly. There you go. Oh, bad timing. It's just a matter of bad timing. All right, let me check if you have any questions so far. Empty, can you maybe help me with that strange wording that I see? Maybe you can do something about that. Empty says, great job, Petra. That looks like a lot of work over the last week. It is definitely. Key and fill all the time. That's great. Yep, it's all the time. I have nothing to do about it at all, which is fantastic. There was a duplicate version in the pop-up. Yeah, I must have slipped a little bit. The thing is, I have bad eyesight, so I'm trying to look at a very small screen at the moment. Hint, hint. That's the reason why it's a little bit awkward, but that's okay. We're trying something out. Is there a timer or low of thirds? There are timers. I have not checked it together with a low of third, but you can do quite a lot on this tool as well, I feel. But I'll show you what you can do with a timer. Is it a timer like a macro? I would state no, not really, but you can run timers. So we'll touch upon that definitely. Hey Marjolein, welcome. Hello, welcome. Great of you to be here. Welcome back. And yeah, great. It's okay. So guys, let's move on then to that part. Let me remove this one. There you go. Okay. So we now have a item called people with, yeah, let's say multiple names in there, so that we can very easily just say, oh, it's the second Petra. Boom. There you go. Boom. It's immediately there. I don't have to do anything apart from just clicking that box, and it will automatically just run. It will automatically also remove the name without any problems. And once it's done, then I'll just click on it. I have it set on repeat, but that is something that I can fix. Then I would like to add an additional item because I also want to maybe start the show, right? So let's do that. Let's say new presentation, and I want to say show start. And yes, I'm purposely doing it in a wrong order for the people that are paying attention. So show start, theme is just empty. It's the part of the library tech on the demo. It's in the HT format. Boom. Again, nothing there anymore, but I do have the possibility now to flip between people and the show start. For the show start, I want to, start to add media again. So I'm going to add edit here, go to plus, say media, and I want to, start the show with, of course, my opening. So that is what we're going to do right here. So that's my opening right there. And basically, yeah, that's all there is. It's just literally like that. I think that you will not hear my audio. Let me make sure that that's not happening. No audio. Perfect. So yeah, now it's playing, as you can see, fully full screen. And I can tell you, maybe I can show that on the multi-view. I didn't switch on the audio. Let's switch on the audio quickly. Oh, so, oh yes. I forgot one thing. That's too bad. Okay, so I will tell you what I forgot, and I will fix it at a later stage. But the thing is that on the key and fill, there's no audio. That's a different track. And I thought that I didn't have to do that this time around. But you can just add an additional track to the mix. So camera 2. And that camera 2 I use typically for my, let me get rid of this quickly. Yeah. So you have key and fill, and on key and fill you don't have any audio. However, you can have a separate, you can put the audio on the key or fill channel, but what I typically do is that I put it on the other channel, because that one is also going to the front of house, to the screens that are in the venue or at your company location. That's also where you want to have the audio anyway. So that is the reason why I put it there, and I forgot to fix it. And that's quite some work to take that into account. So I am skipping that for now, but I will show you at a later stage how you can do that. But moving towards the multi-view, this is what it looks like again. And I will go back to the program. So now I have my show start right here. I've got my people right there. So that's basically that. Now I want to do something really cool, and that is I want to, add maybe some additional content, like, for example, call to actions. So let's call that call to action, CTA, and as hit new. And this is where I want to create. I'm doing exactly the same thing. That's the reason why I'm not saying too much at the moment. I want to add the call to action for future videos. So that one is, I already had it, so I'm going to overwrite it at the moment. And there you go. I don't need text. Oh, let's remove the text first and then add this one. So, media. It is layered, by the way, so you don't have to, you can have multiple layers on top of each other. That is okay. So that is now also done. And now every time I'm just pressing this one right here, you will see it pop up on the bottom of the screen, like so. There you go. Bing. There you go. That's awesome. So that is the way that it grows. And I know it's in a loop, but that's fine for now. Now, next up, last but not least, the countdown timer. of course, because we want to have countdown timers. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to create a countdown timer very fast with this backdrop right here. I'm going to build it in ProPresenter. I'm going to add text to it, and I'm going to add also the countdown to it as well. So you'll see the whole shebang right from in ProPresenter. So that's what we're going to do right now. Again, with the same actions. And I'm going somewhere. Just an FYI, I'm also purposely doing it not in the correct order. I'm going to say new presentation again. And now I'm going to call this one countdown. Countdown. And leaving everything as is. Boom. But now I want to edit this one. Yep. And hitting the media. And I'm going to start with the gradient. Use existing. Boom. So this is the gradient that we're using as a backdrop of the countdown. Of course, I want to add my logo. So I've also had that logo right here. I'm going to add that one too. Use existing because I already tried it out earlier today. And as you can see, you have these nice lines that make sure that you are centered, like so. And well, I like this position anyway, so I'll keep it like there. And now I want to add some text, right? But as you can see here below on the left hand, you'll see that there is actually a layered structure. So I can actually bring that text up to the top layer and then move it down like so. And then I'm going to say something like Petra starts. Petra is live in, there you go. And maybe I want to make it a different type, different font type. I typically use code for my where is it? Didn't I put it in? Oh well. Then we're gonna do something else. I'm in a bit of an awkward mode. Let's do Comic Sans. There you go. It's extremely ugly, I know, but I just wanted to do something totally different than I typically would do. You can make this one bigger if you like 80. There you go. Ooh, wow, nice. So we're going live. But when are we going live? Well, in a few minutes, right? So what I need to do for that is that I'm again adding a text bar or text here. And I will again put this one in, let's say, I will say linked text here below, linked text, clicking on it right there and selecting timer. And I say segment timer, boom. And that will allow me to, does it do that? Yep, there it is. There you go. So now I have the timer. And of course I want it to be also in that stupid font that I hate. Cosmic fonts. There you go. And of course I want to have it a bit bigger. So 80. And I wanted to have it bold because it's very important, of course, when I'm going live. So let's just make sure that it's all on the same level, something like that. And now if I go now back to the show, you will see that if I click on it, it states 00000, which is not what we wanted, right? We wanted to have something else. So actually what I could have done is if I go back to edit, I can actually then select it again and state I do not need hours. So I only need minutes, seconds, and so this one can go away. Sorry, go away. I want to have minutes. Oh, minutes and seconds. And that should be enough. Let me see what that will do. So if I then click this and then that, there you go, that looks better. Then I'll go to this timers right here. Oh, you cannot see it. Wait. Sorry for that. I didn't realize that once you click on it that you cannot see it. So if I go into this timers right here, I can actually hit the segment countdown down and make sure that it's on 5 minutes and hit play. And once I hit play and then click on this, you'll see it already going down. As easy as that. Literally as easy as that. Another thing that I can do is that I can even make it that I don't need to do it manually. I can link that action. So I can add the action that I want to start the timer if I am selecting this slide. So segment countdown, and now once I select it, it will automatically already start it for me. So next time I want to do that, I can even stop this one right here, right there, and just click on it. Boom. It starts the timer like that. So that is the way that you can do a quick countdown timer in ProPresenter as well. Now, if you have paid attention, you know that the way that it's structured, first call to actions, then countdown, then people, then show start, that is not really the way that we want to structure our show. So now I want to create a playlist here by hitting plus, create new playlist, and I'm gonna call it show flow. And in the show flow, I can actually then go into my library again and then say, okay, I want to start with the countdown. Boom. Then after that, I want to start the show. Then I want to perform a call to actions, because I want to say how people can help me or help the community. And then after that, I want to start to invite people on board. And if I now press on this playlist right here, so wait, there you go. Then you have them all beneath each other in the right order. Look at that. How cool is that? So you can really say countdown segment, then I go to the show start, then I go to the call to action start, then I go to the people, which makes it so easy to explain to people what they need to do. If you really want to work with a lot of people, like I will do in March, there will be some local elections going on here in the Netherlands, and with the local elections, we want to create a show where we will be talking to the people that we can vote for, and we want to make sure that we will know who's best for certain topics, and we want to make it a very big show. In order to make that a big show, we want to have a dedicated person that's switching, a dedicated person to do the graphics, a dedicated person that does all the social media, and then of course 2 or 3 additional cameramen, and of course some presenters. And this is really a very nice way to make it really easy for somebody who is not invested in anything that is video related and say, okay, I want to do a call to action. Okay, I know what I need to do. This one right here. That's what I need to do. Boom, perfect. So that is how easy it is to perform that activity right there. That was what I wanted to talk to you about today. What I want to do in the next video is that I want to talk about how you can up your production value by adding clocks to your ATEM switcher. So I want to show you that it's possible to actually add the clock that states how long it takes that a video is still on before it stops, which is really handy, especially if you have a lot of videos that you want to play throughout a show that have all kinds of different lengths, maybe 1 minute, 2 minutes, 30 seconds. It's really great to see just a timer that says, okay, you have 5 seconds left, 4, 3, 2, 1, okay, switch, or stinger, go. That is really, really a very nice way of doing that. Also, I will show you how you can have a separate layout on a screen, local, compared to the stream that you're getting. So on the stream, for example, a lower third, while in the audience there will be full screen with a lot of graphics. And I will also show you how you can actually stream from ProPresenter itself. So you can actually bring in your ATEM Mini into ProPresenter, and from ProPresenter you can stream as well. So you do no longer need vMix, for example. Again, I love vMix. Don't get me wrong. I'm not stating that this is better than vMix, but for my use case, this is better. All right, let's go into the comments if there are any. Marjolein says, absent, not intentional. No, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Raoul, the text is not clear for a couple of seconds, but sure that is just on my screen. Yeah. It's literally what it does. It's fading in and fading out, but you can also make it switch. And I might have done something awkward today, but it does work. On the lower third. Well, on the lower third, it should animate the bar, and then it will pop up my name. And then after that, it will remove my name, and it will then remove everything. But on the second one, I just added text without any transition in there. But I can, let's do that one more time then to make sure that we are on the same page. So I'll go to that screen. I'll go to the multi-view. And what I'll do is that I'll put camera 1 on the program. Then I'm going to switch to program so that I can see what you have seen. And then I will just click on my name again. So that is 1, 2, 3, and go. So that's my name. That's my name. That's my name. And if all is well, it will then remove itself again. And then it should be working. So yeah, that is what I was expecting actually. I don't know if that is what you just saw, but I think that was quite as per design. Happy Saturday, says Jason. Welcome, Jason. Really appreciate you for being here. Go Web Productions. Are you using H2R graphics for your YouTube chat overlay? No, I do not. Not that I don't want it, and not that I don't like H2R. I actually love it. But because I'm using vMix, it's all integrated. So let me show you what it looks like for me. So vMix comes with a add-on which is called vMix Social. And I can actually show you what my screen looks like right here. So this is what it looks like. And what I really like about this is that you can actually go through your whole list. You can go to other pages of earlier comments like so. A lot of comments were in. And what I can do is that, for example, I want to show you this one right here. It's just one click. And then I'm going to send it to output. Poof. There you go. That's all I need to do, which is, I think, really, really nice. And I think that's because it's totally integrated within vMix, it makes more sense for me to do that. That being said, I do love H2R graphics, and I will think about integrating it into my mix for that event in March, the elections. Might be a good one. But I am using other tools from H2R as well, and know that this studio is built on the TechCon studio is built on vMix. However, I am using ATEM. Sorry, I have to let me rephrase that a little bit. I am using vMix for everything in the studio, But as soon as I'm going out of the studio and I'm going on location, I will use the ATEM because I trust the ATEM more than a computer. That's it. On TV channel says, thank you, Petra. It was very interesting stuff. What did you like most of it? That's really interesting. Maybe it will also give me some information on what I can talk to you about next time. So that is what I wanted to do. So what we've seen so far today is that again, the use case for using ProPresenter for me is literally only in case I have also screens that are local, which is basically at the church, which is at corporate events where the people that are local also want to see what's on the screen, also want to contribute to whatever is going on. So that's also a reason for me to do that. And that's basically my very strong use case. And of course, also, if you want to have, if you're on a stage and you want to have videos beside that. Next to that, you also saw that it's possible to have key and fills so that you can actually have a full transparency, really good transparency, I have to add there as well. And it's all coming from one laptop, literally the laptop that you just saw. There is no desktop computer involved in that production. It's literally this product right here that was running it, a HP Omen processor with a Thunderbolt DeckLink card that was connected, and that one is connecting to SDI, and via the converters that you see next to the ATEM Mini, it is brought into the ATEM Mini for the demonstration for today. So that is the demo setup of today right there. Bill says, can your countdown timer be based on the time of day? Yes, it can. Let me show you. Let me show you that. Let's go to this one right here. All right. So, all right. So what you can do, let's go to that countdown timer. So that's all the way at the top. Let's go into edit mode right here and hit this one right there. And then let me see how that also worked. So you have timer, and then you have all kinds of different timers that you can search for. And then I think that if you go to here, you can then state what kind of countdown it is. So it's a type is countdown timer, but it can also be countdown to time and elapsed time. So countdown timer, countdown to time, and then you just fill in when you want to have the timer stop. So for example, it's now almost 8 o'clock p.m. here. So let's make this 8 p.m. Then it should show that it is in 4 minutes. No, that's not true. That's still the old one. Let me check. That's still the old one. So let's remove the action. Edit action. Open timers. Now I need to figure out how that works. But I know it's possible. So as you can see, you can go, you can allow over. You should be able to. Let's do it at 24 hours. Huh? Wait. Something is going wrong here. Are you... There you go. It remains to see the old timer, which is a bit of a bummer. And I also have something here that is not working perfectly. That's interesting. Let me... Oh, you cannot see it even. There you go. I have a slight problem here, as you can see right there. So there's a... let me see if I can change that. If I can do something about that. Seems not to, but Let's let me see how I can fix that. Go away. Edit action. Maybe I should go to pre-show. Ah, there you go. Countdown to time. There you go. Countdown to time, and let's make that 8 p.m. Like so. And then let's see if that is working right now. That is correct. It seems. Yeah. That is roughly correct. But I'm not sure because it's so close. Let's make it 1 hour 1 hour later, just in case. So remove action like so. Then let's say add action. Timer. Pre-show timer. Countdown to 9 p.m. So then it's at least more than an hour, or maybe 8:30 p.m. Let's do that. Okay. And then I want to start it. Let's see if this is working. Yeah, it's not taking the new rule. I need to figure that out, why it's not doing that, but as you can see, it's definitely an option, so it should be working. Maybe I'm missing a step here. I'll figure that out for you, but it is possible, definitely. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I have linked the timer. That's correct. Hold on. For some reason, it remains linked, even though I thought that I've removed it a few times. But we'll figure that out. All right. That is all I had in store for you today. Again, if you like to support the show, that is definitely possible by doing a few things. That is to first like this video. Liking this video really helps the algorithm. Also, subscribe to this channel if you have not done so yet. If you have some colleagues or friends that might be interested in this kind of content, let them know maybe. Also, a really good way to support the show is of course also provided super chats. Super chats are going into a separate account for later, for when I get enough to purchase something that is really also adding value to you for your content. Then that is where you can do it. And like everything, you can of course be here and be active, which is totally awesome. Like all of you here at the moment, really appreciate that. Again, next week I am trying to make something really cool. I hope that that's there on time. I have a backup plan as well. If not, the one that I'm thinking of creating for next week is related to having a dynamic video without an additional cameraman. And if that is going to be possible to talk about it, I don't know yet. It's quite a lot of work to make it really good. Actually, I've recorded already that video today, but I didn't like it, so I'm going to rebuild that one. I wanted to make it even more cool for you. And the second thing that I am also considering to talk about, and that might be next week or in 2 weeks' time, is related to my favorite pieces of gear of the last year and what I bring along for small one-person shows or taekwondo if I'm mobile. MT says, thank you. Great as always. Very interesting to see how ProPresenter works. Yeah, it's for me also an eye-opener, definitely. Raoul, really like the show. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And Veal, thank you, Petra, and see you next week. So next week will be a premiere, and the week after I will be back live. I'm not sure if I'm going to go back to a weekly live. It might be. I really don't like not to be here live every week, but I do think that it's also good to have those premieres, and to have both of them is a bit too much for my schedule. But definitely there will be new video content, same time, same channel. See you next week. Have a fantastic weekend for the rest of the weekend, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.